Hi everyone, Joe here. As you may already know, SnapTest is a tool to help you generate and maintain quality Selenium code. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the tool to get up and running with build tests for your web application in only 7 minutes. I'm assuming you're starting from scratch, but keep in mind that this tool was built to integrate into any current QA project you may already have. So let's get started. From our Chrome window, you go to the Chrome extension button and hit Test in this tab and sign in with your username and password. I'm assuming that you are new and this is what your account will look like. I'm going to opt to use the SnapTest Dev Tool docking mode. I have that open now, and I'm going to get started making these tests right away. So I'm going to test our SnapTest website. And I'm going to start off by creating two basic tests. The first one is a user walkthrough, and the second one is a test of the Contact Us form. And I'm going to move these tests down into the staging environment, meaning these are build tests. If you move them to production, those will be smoke tests. So I'm entering the basic user walkthrough, and I'm going to start recording and asserting things. I'm going to switch back and forth between the record mode and assert mode. And as I record, actions are generated based upon what I do in the browser. I'm going to go back to the home page and record that and assert that I'm back there. There we go. I've recorded going to 4 different pages. I'm going to run it here. And I'm using the in-browser Selenium emulator, running directly in the browser. And I'm going to put a breakpoint in and step through these pages, showing you that you can debug these steps. All of these steps are completely configurable. You can go back through and optimize them as much as you want. Now I'm going to do a quick form. These two tests are relatively simple, but you get the idea. I'm going to head over to the Contact Us page and assert that the title is correct. I'm also going to start recording a form. As I type and record, putting values into these form fields, SnapTest records each one of them. And as I hover over them, I can see what element is being interacted with directly in the browser. Here's a redundant step I can delete. I'm going to record submitting the form and asserting that I get a success message. I'm going to run it to make sure it works. Looks like it's working. I can run it as many times as I want. I'm going to quickly show you stepping through filling in the form. Alright, let's go and get the code for all of these tests. I'm going to hit the code button for the folder and select the type of code generation I want, which is Nightwatch.js. I'm going to get a command line which will give me a way to download all of the tests. I'm going to go to an empty folder here and hit input this command line, and it's going to go out and get all of the dependencies needed for running these tests in pure Selenium and not just in the browser extension. Okay, looks like the tests have been generated, and I'm going to run them by typing npm test. This is a built-in functionality. And it's going to open up 2 browsers at the same time and do both my tests concurrently so I can save time. There they are, they both passed, just as they did in the extension. Let's actually take a look at the code that was generated. SnapTest gives you the raw Selenium code that you can copy and use as a prototype or keep in the SnapTest ecosystem for continual maintenance. All right, now let's remove the harness and get the command that will just generate the tests. And I'm going to do something convenient here. I'm going to add an npm run script called generate that will go out to SnapTest and generate the folder of the new tests. So if I type in npm run generate now, I will get the newest version of the tests from the SnapTest extension. Let's illustrate this by adding a new test. Let's test the email sign-up form on this page. This is going to be a real quick test. It's also a staging test, so it'll be used for build tests. I'm going to go ahead and record adding an email into this little widget, and then assert that it was successful. In a real test, you would assert negative cases as well if you have the time. I'm going to run this just to make sure it works. Looks good. And instead of having to copy and paste the command line, I'm just going to go back and run that npm run generate. And there we go. I should have the new test now currently in my staging folder locally. There it is, along with my other two ones. And I can run all three of them concurrently. Great. So SnapTest is built to give you Selenium code. It's not going to just be stuck in SnapTest all the time. We're not going to be keeping these tests for you. They're your own tests, and we give you the code for them. And you can do whatever you would like with the code. Copy and paste them and move them wherever you like just to get started on a project, or keep them in SnapTest in the SnapTest generated folder and regenerate them as you change and add them. So that's about it. In about 7 minutes, you got up and running with 3 build tests. You didn't have to go out and learn a framework. You didn't have to go out and write a bunch of code and do a lot of the nitty-gritty that often comes with making a new QA project. So I hope this tool helps you, and good luck.